Welcome to The Explainer. Right, we're skipping the usual intro today because we are jumping headfirst into a really fascinating tech mystery. And it's one that's probably hiding right in plain sight. Think about it. If you look around your house or your office or, that one dreaded tangled tech drawer we all have, you're going to see an absolute sea of cables. But hidden within all that mundane plastic is this tiny, colorful puzzle, the purple USB. So today, we're decoding exactly what this means, why you might actually have one, and why it's at the center of a surprisingly complex hardware story. Okay, let's dive into this. Seriously, I want you to do a quick check right now. Just grab your phone charger or honestly any USB cable you've got nearby. Now look really closely inside the actual USB connector itself. What do you see in there? Is the little plastic piece inside just your standard white? Is it black? Or is your phone charger purple? Because if you see this vibrant purple interior, you might be holding something specially designed. Or, well, you might be holding a total contradiction. Let's decode what that little flash of color is actually trying to tell you. So here's the thing. A purple interior absolutely means something. It is a highly deliberate manufacturing choice. But, and here's the catch, and it's a big one that makes tech hardware so incredibly frustrating sometimes, it sometimes means entirely different things depending on the brand. We see this all the time, right? Proprietary tech completely outpacing, or honestly just ignoring, the standard rules set by the USB Implementers Forum. Because of that, this color is totally intentional, yet it completely lacks a reliable universal standard. It's a signal, sure, but it's a signal that gets crossed easily, and frankly, way too often. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole problem. Think about the standard USB 3 plugs you're probably super used to seeing. They tend to have those familiar blue receptacles to visually signal to you like, hey, I'm a high-speed data port. But technically speaking, they don't actually have to be blue. It's just a common practice everyone kind of adopted. But then on the flip side, you've got companies like Huawei. They specifically use a purple interior to denote their supercharged tech. For them, purple is literally the visual shorthand for massive power and extreme speed. And that builds into a much, much bigger issue. The absolute key word you need to remember here is intermittently. While Huawei uses purple for supercharge, well, other companies use it for entirely different purposes, intermittently. There's just no global tech authority out there forcing a strict color code, which means you can't just memorize one golden rule for purple and apply it across the board to every single cable sitting in your house. It just doesn't work that way. To really wrap your head around the scale of this issue, you just have to look at the sheer variety out there in the wild. It is pure, absolute, fast charger color chaos. You might think, oh, I definitely need a purple interior for fast charging, but the reality? Your blazing fast charger might actually be black. It might be blue. Heck, it might even be orange. The color is really just one unpredictable drop in a very chaotic bucket. Now, what's really interesting about this is that it brings up an unexpected geographic mystery. If you live in the United States, you might be looking at all your chargers right this second and thinking, I have literally never seen a purple USB in my entire life. What are they even talking about? Well, there is a very specific real-world reason for that, and it takes our little hardware mystery directly into the realm of geopolitics. The reality is that purple USBs are quite rare in the US because of current trade sanctions with China. This is just a strictly factual reality of the global market right now, because major proponents of these purple supercharged ports, like Huawei, are heavily affected by these sanctions. Their hardware simply doesn't flow into the American market the same way it does elsewhere. It's actually a fascinating example of how international trade policies directly dictate the specific consumer electronics that you find in your home, right down to the colored plastic inside a tiny cable. So where does this leave us, everyday tech consumers who are just trying to safely power up their devices? The ultimate takeaway here is that it's just super confusing. You absolutely cannot assume the capabilities of your charger based purely on the color inside the connector. What looks like a special, ultra-high-speed port might actually just be standard for one company, and what looks completely standard might secretly be incredibly fast. The color chaos is very, very real. So the crucial point is, to actually cut through all this color chaos, we have to go straight to the source for the ultimate verdict. Always refer to the manual of the thing you're charging. Seriously, just ignore whether the plastic is purple or blue or orange. Reading the documentation is literally the only foolproof way to know exactly what kind of power you're pushing into your expensive devices. It is the only way to cut through the confusion and ultimately protect your tech. Which brings us to the end of this explainer. We've uncovered the truth behind the colors, the massive lack of hardware standards, and even the global trade reasons why your cables look the way they do. But I want to leave you with one final question to go check for yourself. Dig through your tech gear today. Go on, dig through that tangled drawer. Did you get a purple? Let that question stick with you next time you plug in. Thanks for exploring with me, and keep questioning the everyday tech around you.